Time takes a toll on everyone, they say. Time is merciless, it won't wait for us to change.
Well, good morning, entrepreneurs. Welcome back to the vlog. So I have to drink these protein shakes, one of the high protein ones. They have to have at least 30 grams of protein in it. Sometimes I want a meal to cook, and then like sometimes I don't. Most of the time I don't. So I'm usually like eating out, and I have to make sure even that is a protein rich food. So like working from home is not always like, oh man, you can just do whatever, because I find that I eat less than what I already was eating, which is pretty low. And so I still may not get up to like the average 2,000 calories a day. That's a lot of food for me. So I have to blend it in with protein shakes. Oh, finally. So today I wanted to talk about a issue that I'm finding with a lot of people. And that's just like they put too much emphasis on super high quality. Like, I think quality is important. Don't get me wrong. I think it's very important. And I've produced pieces that I'm very proud of for myself. I've produced pieces that I'm very proud of for clients and the work that I do. But then too, when I'm sharing and going through stuff, I think sometimes quality gets to be like, it's got to be this lens, that camera, this lighting, this whatever. I will do a video that quality wise I am not happy with, and it's been several videos that I'll do, fully record the whole thing, edit it, like and it takes me to push myself to get through to edit it, and I do not like it. I am not a fan of it. I don't like the way it looks. I wish the lighting was better. I wish that I had this thing or that thing or this lens or whatever, or you know, just like hashtag all the things. And I think sometimes we put too much emphasis and too much like thought process, and it has to be this high level quality. Not that you want it to be bad, but it just needs to be a certain way. So I was recently on TikTok and I saw Gary Vee's team, they uploaded a video about just like, when it wasn't even about what he's using in the equipment or none of that, but it showed the back of the Sony camera. I believe it was the Sony a7 III that they were using. And so I took a quick screenshot of it just because, one, I wanted to look at the settings of it, because I knew, and I've talked about this before, for as many people admire Gary Vee and what he's doing, they're paying attention to the content more than they're paying attention to the quality of what's actually being produced. And I mean visually, the quality. Sometimes it's super stellar, sometimes it's just like, it is what it is. So this is my, I think it's like 160 gigabytes or something crazy. One of the older classic iPod Classic, and it's broken. And it has stuck on it. Unless I hook up it to a power something, some kind of something, and having continuous power, it does not work. I have almost my entire audio library of books that I have bought and just been able to get and download for free, and just podcasts, and just like, it is literally hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of content on here, library wise. It's very, very little music, but it is in my entire audio library, but it's broken. And then I have this AGP Tech little 8 gigabyte MP3 player that I also bought, that I could put an SD card in here if I wanted to, but I bought this about a year or two ago, because if anything ever happened to my phone, like the battery's dying, or I want to save on the battery, I use it for my work a lot. I still want my audiobooks and stuff like this, and I don't care about the what. Like, I knew that this had everything I ever would need on it. So was it the device and the quality of how well the kilobytes per second, and you know, saying all of the data nerdy stuff that goes into an iPod that made it valuable, or was it just because it held the information? And so this has a lot of valuable information on it as well, but it was like 20 bucks. So for what this came out at, probably a couple $100 when it was initially released, to $20 to some random company on Amazon, which one has more value? For me, it's this one right now because this works and this doesn't. So I think when we think about what content is working, what's not, is the quality great or is it not, or do I need this thing versus whatever, and we spend a bunch of money on stuff that does not matter, we miss on the most important thing of what's going to help you deliver the value, help you show up in this, that, or whatever. And one of the most interesting things I saw on this clip of Gary Vee's thing, and everybody talks about background blur and blah, blah, blah. It's an f3.5 aperture, which means it's not a blurry background, similar to like what you see right now. It's not as close, but it's just simple settings. Automatic white balance, not a custom white balance, automatic white balance. So if the sun came out and it's super yellowish, got a yellow hue to it, versus if it's going down and it'd be kind of blue, that's what it would look like. The camera's automatically going to adjust, versus if you set and lock in the white balance. It's f3.5. It's not an f2.8 or an f1.4. It's just the f3.5, which is your standard kit lens type aperture. So I think sometimes we need to put in perspective the right things for the right reasons that's going to deliver the right value when we need it most, and not just like pay attention to the things that may be high quality, most expensive, top of the line or whatever in its day. And it's, you know what I'm saying, like, do it matter if it's a camera or do it matter if it's your phone or something expensive or something cheap?